channel, subscribe, and share to get that education and information you need to fleece, heist, and shiest, the shysters, fleecers, and heisters, and the YouTube charlatans that are out there, and the phonies and the snake oil salesmen around every corner and every business. And this channel right here, I don't do this a whole lot, but Kwame Brown right here, he's calling out the charlatans and the fleecers now that he's not in the NBA anymore for the last few years since he's retired. And Kwame Brown Bust Life is one of the best YouTube stations for truth when it comes to the integrity of people and what certain individuals do in order to achieve things. And this man, now that he's not in the NBA, is willing to call out every and anybody that he feels is a charlatan or a scumbag. And I implore my audience to flood his station with comments and support and follow this station, because he's really calling some motherfuckers out, and I think it's great.
Shannon Sharp. Hey Shannon, have you lost your God-loving mind, boy? You a guest in the house of this basketball talk. Didn't you know that? And now, since you don't want to act like a guest in this shit and you want to invalidate me, you football playing dummy. Nigga, it ain't no first downs in basketball, clown.
Look at that. Shannon Sharp called Kwame Brown out about him being like the biggest bust of all time. And Kwame Brown doesn't hold anything back. And Kwame Brown has other videos on controversy things when he sees NBA players like Russell Wilson and such wearing dresses and skirts and acting like women. He questions what's going on, and he calls out motherfuckers, and he calls out some nonsense and some strange stuff that goes on. And this Shannon Sharp thing, Shannon Sharp should have just kept his fucking mouth shut, because Kwame Brown ain't afraid anymore since Kwame Brown's out of the NBA. Kwame Brown's not scared to talk because Kwame Brown is a self-made millionaire now. He runs his own businesses, and he doesn't need anybody to employ him in order for him to pay his bills and to be successful. And he's not dependent on the NBA for a paycheck, so he doesn't have to follow the rules, the unwritten rules of the NBA, because if you don't follow them and you go outside of the rules of the NBA, you'll be kicked out of your job, you'll be shunned, and you will be blackballed out of the NBA, out of coaching, out of broadcasting, out of ESPN, radio shows, all that kind of stuff. But Kwame Brown doesn't have to worry about that kind of shit anymore.
How you gonna try to invalidate a man who was the #1 draft pick, boy? You wanna try to put some bass in your voice when you talking to me? When you on a panel with a nigga that buckled you down, boy? You on a panel with a white boy that blamed his coach for not making it to college, and you wanna try to invalidate me, nigga?
That's a great statement, but I didn't even know that Skip Bayless didn't make college, because I don't follow any of that shit on ESPN, because I think it's all propaganda and garbage. And Kwame Brown, I believe, does too. And this is why I love Kwame Brown right here. I mean, he's telling you, you're sitting there as a football player, and he's calling football players dummies and shit, and fucking saying that the guy that you're the co-host with, he couldn't make the college level in basketball, and he blamed his coach that he didn't make it. The guy that just comes up with excuses about why he doesn't achieve things is the guy that you're going to sit here and this is all over LeBron James, because both of those two are LeBron James lovers, and apparently Shannon Sharp is a LeBron James apologist.
Are you a clown or what? I'm so glad that you just exposed yourself, you clown. You think you gonna put some bass in your voice when you talking to me, nigga? And that white boy made you say, I'm just trying to let me finish. Let me finish. You a guest in this house of basketball, nigga. Ain't no first downs in motherfucking basketball, you big, tall, thick-tongued punk motherfucker.
I mean, he obviously don't like him. And this shit to me is hilarious, because Kwame Brown ain't scared to come out of the company line.
You a thick-tongued idiot. Did you not know that? Ain't no first downs in basketball, boy.
And I believe we'll pull up some clips here in a minute that Shannon Sharp said that Kwame Brown was a farmer. And Kwame Brown's like, I ain't no motherfucking farmer, but there ain't nothing wrong with that. I have a tractor, but I ain't no farmer. This guy's awesome. You guys have to follow him, and I fully endorse and fully support. Even though he says some, what people would say are controversy things, I fully endorse this channel. He speaks straight truth. And then I'm going to leave it off here with a little, I think it's a funny personal insult that he does to Shannon Sharp, so I'm just going to play it. I don't think Kwame Brown would mind.
But you want to say that I can't talk basketball because I wasn't good? That's what you say? Well, motherfucker, I'm better than all you some bitches.
And that's true right there. The two people that are saying he can't play basketball, one never played basketball, as Kwame Brown says, you big dummy football player, and the other one played high school basketball and blames his high school coach that he didn't make it to college.
That bust your whole point right there, dummy. Nigga, you lucky you can catch a goddamn football. Back in the day, a big, ugly motherfucker like you with a thick tongue and a stutter like you got, only thing a nigga like you was good for is fighting or fucking. Motherfucker.
I mean, holy fuck. Kwame Brown just guns blazing. I mean, Kwame Brown just tearing him up, holding no punches back, and I think it's awesome, and I fully think you guys should support. He's got well over 350 or 400,000 followers, subscribers, and I think you should add a few more and comment Old Vincenzo sent you there. Maybe we can get Kwame Brown on Old Vincenzo's station because this man deserves more exposure, even though he's getting lots of exposure.
The only thing a nigga like you was good for is fighting or fucking. Motherfucker used to breed a ugly motherfucker like you. See, I know you punch like a mule kick, but you better not run your ugly ass up on me about no goddamn LeBron.
See, and now right here, he's going to advertise in something that those guys don't have, or Shannon Sharp. He's going to advertise some drink that he's got because he's his own businessman. He's got drinks, he's got real estate, he's killing it. He's got his YouTube.
Ugly motherfucker, you. You want to invalidate a man's career because I said that LeBron James, and I'm a professional athlete, motherfucker, that made it to the highest level. You football playing dummy.
I love how he calls him a football playing dummy, insinuating football players are dumb.
How the fuck are you gonna invalidate my words when you sitting on a goddamn panel with a nigga that blamed his coach for not getting a scholarship? A Dracula face motherfucker that blamed his coach for why he didn't get a scholarship.
Right there, right? Words of wisdom, words to listen by. Don't be a follower that's following the leader that blames other people for his failures and for not achieving what he thought he was going to achieve. Kwame Brown right here. Big props to you in the background. Join Kwame Brown Station. Kwame Brown Bust Life. He's got 400,000 subscribers. I believe it says. What has he got? 392,000. Let's help him get to 400,000. Kwame Brown right there in the background, a self-made millionaire, played basketball to facilitate his career and then parlayed that into being a multiple entrepreneur with businesses, real estate, amongst other things. YouTube, as you can see, he's not afraid to talk because he's outside of the working masses, and he's not controlled by anybody to receive a paycheck. He's allowed to freely speak, and he freely speaks, and I think you should scroll his YouTube station. We'll give him a thumbs up, and I think you should follow him and give him a couple of comments. Peace and love. On to the cryptocurrency update. Right over here to the next page, and then we're going to click right on in to the XRP price. And yes, XRP is in the headline, but you had to watch the intro first and the beginning of what I wanted to talk about, because that's what I do here. I like to talk about certain things, right? About truth and integrity, and Kwame Brown speaking truth. And that's why we had to talk a little bit about Kwame Brown. And then we can go into the Bitcoin price. And you can see the Bitcoin price is still not doing anything in the monthly time frame. We know we had this. What is this up here? Yes, that's right. The big mountain double top, right? And a technical target and the mountain double top is all the way down. It's deep. I don't know where my red box went. My red box vanished. There's supposed to be a red box down there. Oh, it got squeezed. But the technical target is all the way into this range, out of that mountain double top. But right now, we're still into this bear market rally, as you can see. Back here, when everybody was telling you that the bull market was still going, even after it collapsed 50% from the top to the bottom wick, 55%, they were still telling you the bull market was in effect and there would be no bear market, that this was the new super cycle that they were calling it, because they were promoting 4-year cycles. And then they were like, this is the ultimate super cycle and there will be no bear market. Then on that mountain double top that they misdiagnosed and were misdirected and misled and misinformed to let you uh, turn your way into malinvestment, they didn't understand that after that there was going to be a 77.42% flush in the next 231 days, and still 385 days. Oh, this is not even accurate. From the top was back here, bam, November of 21. So in a matter of, on the first drop, we went down 75% in 217 days, and 560 days later, we're still down 61.69% because you were fleece heisted and shysted and didn't understand and were following the wrong people that led you astray, that didn't understand the market and flushed you. And now you've waited all this time, all this money, even if you didn't sell. Well, if you don't sell, you didn't lose any money. Technically true, but technically false. So you bought up there 2.5 years later almost, you're still down, and all that money that you're down 30, 40, 50, 60% is still down 60, 70, 50, 40%, and you haven't been able to use that money anywhere else to make money in things and parts of the market that have thrived since then. You couldn't capitalize with this money because it's stuck down 30 to 60% and not looking hopeful anytime soon, right? So yes, you technically don't lose till you sell, but say the company goes bankrupt or the price just never gets back up to where you were at and you never sold. Well, you still lost because the money was gone, right? So that's a flaw of logic. Never follow that. You didn't lose money until you sell. That's partially true, but mostly false, because you could hold something into bankruptcy and you never sold, but they went bankrupt and you lost all your money, right? So you have to be aware of that and you must understand that. But what we're looking at in the Bitcoin price is in this rising channel where you got lower support in green, upper resistance in green, but it's the same width at the end of the channel as the beginning. That's why it's called a channel, right? Just like a channel. But you see, you got the nice consolidation pump. Then you got the rounding top and a little dump. Support. Now you got the pump, sideways consolidation, then a little dump. Now we're on the moving averages. Do we get support and do another one of those? And if we do, that would bring us up into the 32,711, 4 cents, right? And that's what we're going to look for to see if we do. We had pump 1, consolidation dump, and then pump 2, consolidation dump. Do we do another one of these right here? And if we extrapolate the data with our bar pattern and we do exactly the same thing we just did, and then we take that up into here and we zoom in, we click on this and we slide this over, and if we take the exact same pump and extrapolate the data into the future and to see what could possibly happen in the future if the previous thing happens for a third time, we would be looking at something like this as a possible price and possible price action, and that is an option, and that is an option that we could see. Now on the flip side, what we could see is the exact opposite, because for every action there is going to be an equal and opposite reaction. And if we have that reaction, instead of getting the pump to the upside, you could be getting something that goes like this and breaks to the downside, right? And this is going to be part of how we run our new station. We give you some facts and information and topics that I feel are important, and then we give you simple, easy trading solutions. And this is a super simple and easy way to break down this market and 2 possible outcomes. You're either going to run the gauntlet and hit the third step to the upside, and you're going to get up into this $33,000 level, and you're going to pump to the upside on the next major move when the volume comes back in, or you're going to dump to the downside, consolidate on the top part of this blue trading zone at about 18,061. That's a big spread, but those are your 2 possible outcomes, right? And then that 29,000 is the bottom part of that red resistance zone, the VP volume indicator. So you can see in a super simple, easy way to technically trade this market, old Vincenzo is there for you to show you what will be the 2 outcomes when the volume comes back in and when the price has a breakout, right? And then if we move over to the XRP price, and then I got to let you go because I'm a very, very busy individual. I am at work, but I must, yes, that's right, bell notification and comment down below. Hit that follow button, join Jabroni Killers. I must inform you. Yes, yep, I'm talking to you. my beautiful audience here on what's going on in the Bitcoin and especially the XRP market. And now, in a super simple, easy way to break down what's going on here, we do know we were in this right here for quite some time. I believe it was about 12 months. We were in this symmetrical triangle. In a brief technical analysis lesson, let's get the correct color. I think we were down there. Perfect. Symmetrical triangle is simply just a 90-degree entry, right? You see this? It's got a 90-degree entry, and then you got descending lower resistance, uptrending lower support, and it forms a duck's beak where it's wider at the end. It gets very narrow like a duck's beak, and see how it's pointed almost at a 90-degree angle? That is a symmetrical triangle, a neutral continuation pattern. But I thought it would break down after, but then once we got into here, I got bullish, and I said we were going to break up first and then either get to 51 and maybe as possible as high as 68, but there would be a harsh rejection as soon as we hit this 49 to 52 cents. We got up to 58, and then we finally got that harsh rejection. So what we're looking at there, now that we see what we're coming through, if we go to the daily time frame, what we're going to be looking at as our possible super simple and easy way to technically trade this market based on what could happen, and an easy way to understand is what you get going on here is you start to get another leg to the upside, right? And this has just been one big pump and then a consolidation, and then we're going to have our next huge pump similar to here coming off the consolidation. Come on. Coming off the consolidation, sometimes these are hard to move. And we're going to get this next big run up right here. The volume's declined, right? The volume's declined. The price is consolidated nicely for long enough, and it's sitting on the moving averages. And you could get something similar to this, where we need to make this an easier color to see. And then we're going to lock this. You could get something similar to this now, where you come up for that final push to the upside, even though you failed it here, but that was the start of a neutral continuation consolidation after a massive dump. This is coming off of it. So now you have the big pump. You had that head and shoulders that was slanted right here, where you had left shoulder, head, right shoulder. A technical target was down here near that 37 cents, got close enough to fill it. Then you consolidate along the moving averages with the volume that has declined and now come stagnant. Eventually the volume has to come back in, and you could pump quickly to the upside and do one final blow off pump to hyper extend and hyper manipulate and hyper move the momentum and the hype train back in to the forefront to get some of the last few people out that wanted to get out. That is the smart money that understands the true market. And then the ultimate fleecing commences as you come up into this range, and then you eventually have a quick reversal, and then you come down into something like this, and now you can see you would have a massive head and shoulders topping reversal pattern. With this is your left shoulder, this would be your head, then your right shoulder, and then a technical target on a breakdown from that. And you see how super simple and easy this is to technically trade this market, right? You would have a technical target from the top of the head to the neckline to the point of a potential breakout all the way into the future, and that gets you down to that 22 cents, and that gets you down to that 18 to 22 cent target that got deleted that we're going to put back on here. And my OGs and my people that were following me for the last couple of years will know in late October of 2021, we put, oops, we don't want that. We put a industry exclusive call out down here and said, XRP and 2022 0.18 to 0.22 target. Remember when we had that and then it got deleted? We had that down there. And I kept it there into 2023 because I said it's going to eventually go down there. It just didn't happen in 2022. But what did happen from the time we made that in about August or September of 2021, if we go to the way back machine and we go back to November, October, it was in October-ish somewhere, October or August, anywhere in here. We'll just use the median ground, you fucker. We'll use the median ground here because I know it was somewhere right up there in those time frames. And in that year, we got all the way down to a low of where did we get down to in 2022? We got a little bit lower than that. There was a wick down there. We got to about 28, 29 cents, and the price went down 75.23% from the time that prediction was made down there. And we were very proud of that. And we came within 4 or 5 cents of the upper end of that 18 to 22 cent target. But that is how you'd get down to your 18 to 20 cent target if you pump up to the upside. This could be a head and shoulders topping reversal pattern, and old Vincenzo's trying to illustrate something to you into the future and give you the why before the what before it happens, right? And that's what's happening there. Or on the flip side, you could be doing this. And then I gotta let you go. This has just been an extremely long video. Or you could be doing something like this, right? It completely goes the wrong way. On. This is the only thing that I don't like about this when I'm on my phone. It could break to the downside and you have an instant quick flush, right? We're going to put this in a fancy little light blue color. It could have a quick instant flush when the volume comes in. Bam! But it gets supported on that 37 cents, and then it takes a step down fashion and ends up retesting the 32 cents, right? So that's what we're looking at in your super simple, easy technical analysis.